The Alice Cooper Band has finally reunited and released an album called The Revenge of Alice Cooper. This might be my most anticipated album of the year because if you have watched my channel, you will know I'm a big fan of Alice Cooper. Let me first explain the idea behind the Alice Cooper Band and the fact that they are reuniting. In the beginning, it was the Alice Cooper Band. They released a number of albums, which included Pretty's For You, Easy Action, Love It to Death, Killer, School's Out, Billion Dollar Babies, and their last one was Muscle of Love, or the last studio album. Every album after that has been Alice Cooper as a solo artist until now with that new album. But with that being said, it's not their first time reuniting. They've been playing together over the past 10 years or so, like here and there. So, for example, they had a few collaborations on the album Detroit Stories that came out in 2021. There were a few albums on the album Paranormal. That one I don't have. That one came out in 2017, I think. And they released a live album a few years ago. It's this one here, and it's called Live from the AstroTurf. And this is the band playing together. They recorded in 2015. It was released as an RSD in 2018 and a full release in 2021. Now, I'm going to jump right into the album, go track by track. There are 14 songs. It's 54 minutes long. Opening track is Black Mamba. This was the first single. Has a very retro sound. It sounds like something they could have recorded back in the 70s. It has a very theatrical and creepy sound that they are known for. When I first heard the song, it made me think of their older albums. It sounds similar to something like maybe Love It to Death or a little bit of Welcome to My Nightmare, which is technically a solo album, but we'll be hearing a lot more of that here. Next one is Wild Ones, and this is the second single. I thought it was just okay. Sounded a little more like his modern sound. The song is not that bad. The sound was closer to the last album, Road, but with that being said, it has a good level of production with a very audible bass guitar sound. The next song and the third single was called Wild Ones. I didn't like the song that much. The lyrics are very cringe. For example, he says, I can keep it up all night, and we know that's not true unless he has some very high-dose Viagra. But even that, it's something, it was weird. It just sounds like something from the last album. They have some of those Beach Boys harmonies, which is something they kind of do a lot on this album. But I have a few positive comments. The guitar playing is very good on this track, so it's not like a horrible track. It's just like one of the weaker ones. But everything after this, it's really good. So the next track brings back that classic sound. It's called Kill the Flies. This made me think of that song, A Halo of Flies from Killer. That's my favorite Alice Cooper song of all time. It's really good. It has a classic sound with dark and theatrical elements. He's singing about how he hates these flies. It just sounds like classic Alice. It has those vocal harmonies, and I thought they worked better than they did on their previous song. There are also a lot of melodies that brings back that classic sound of the 70s. Next is One Night Stand. This was another good one. It sounded like some classic Alice with a little bit of some gothic and post-punk vibes. I like the lyrics on this one. They sound, they're about a bloody one-night stand. He does it in a very satirical way, just like he did way back in the days with songs like Dead Babies, where he would sing about these dark topics, but he does it in a theatrical way. It's something I haven't really heard from him do in a while. After this is Blood on the Sun. It's also kind of has a retro sound. It's the longest song. It's 6 minutes long, and it takes a while to take off. I like the drumming on this one. It's a different sounding type of song. It is like one of those songs that reminds me of something from what they did in the 70s, but I can't really compare it to anything in specifically. It's more of like a progressive rock song. There are different sections and changes. I think it might become my favorite after a few more listens, but for now, I think it's a very good song. Next song is called Crap That Gets in the Way of Your Dreams. It's a fun song. It tells a story. It has this retro rock and roll sound, and it's a song where he describes all of his problems in his life. It's a fun song, maybe not one of the strongest, but overall a fun song. The rhythm reminds me of this old Kinks song, but I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's one of the more popular ones. Next song is called Famous Face. It's a typical hard rocker. It's another one with a throwback sound. I thought it had a catchy chorus, some clever lyrics in the way that this band likes to do. The guitar playing is very good, and it has that old school sound. Also has a very good bass guitar sound. Next is Money Screams. This is another fun song. It sounds like some classic rock and roll. It's about money and greed and working the 9-to-5 grind. I like the song. It was catchy. The lyrics are very relatable. There's also this doo-wop sound, so that was cool. And as a bonus, he mentions in the end, "You're a $1 billion baby." So it might even be like an unofficial single to that song, or an unofficial sequel. Sorry, I can't talk today. But the next song is called "What a Sid." And this has that jazzy sound, similar to Gutter Cats or Some Folks. It's something would sound like it could have been on the Schools Out album. I don't think they've done a song like that in a while. It has a cool jazzy guitar solo. The song is short. It's under 3 minutes. Next is Intergalactic Vagabond Blues. This one has Alice playing the harmonica again. I'm not really sure when the last time he played harmonica on a song. Maybe he did. I just never paid attention. It sounds good. Has a classic rock and roll sound. It has the band's theatrical elements, and there's some absurdity in it, like how they talk about alien love. Sounds very retro. It sounds like something you would hear on one of their albums from the early 70s, and also has some of that doo-wop sound, where they seem to be doing a lot on this album. There are 3 more songs on the album, and this one is called "What Happened to You." It has an old rock and roll type of sound, a little bit of their signature classic rock sound. There's some rock and roll piano. That's really all I have to say about it. Next song is called "I Ain't Done Wrong." This also has that blues sound with harmonica playing. Song's okay, not one of the best, but I like it. And the last song is called "See You on the Other Side." This is a slow building song. It has both electric and acoustic guitars. Sounds like it might be the last song the band will ever play again, but I don't really think so. I think we will probably get another album from them in a few years. They've been releasing albums about every 2 years or so. But if not, lyrics are talking about how they will see each other on the other side, so it's a very emotional song. I guess that's a good way to explain it. But in conclusion, better than I expected, because 2 of the 3 singles had me worried. I liked Black Mamba. I didn't like the 2 singles after that much. I think in general, it's a very good Alice Cooper Band album. It sounds a lot like the Alice Cooper Band. There's a lot of retro sounds. It brings back the songs or the sounds of their original albums. There might be a few weaker tracks. Nothing here that would make me want to skip a song or anything. But in general, a good, solid album. It exceeded my expectations. My score will be 8.5 out of 10. Check out my review of Road, which was the previous album that was released in 2023. Thanks for watching. Please like this video. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Please subscribe if you're not already. I do rock and metal reviews, rankings, and more. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Oh, here's a bonus. Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits. Technically, the last album from the Alice Cooper Band, released in 1974. I was going to show it, but I kind of missed the opportunity. But that is all. Goodbye.